Dan Willis here, and we're talking about a poor credit score. Now, having a poor credit score, quite frankly, sucks. Life is one long string of rejections, no's, and I'm sorry. It just gets absolutely infuriating. Now, we're talking specifically about your FICO credit score. Your FICO score is the only one that counts. The creditors and lenders, over 90% of these people are looking at your FICO score. There's a whole bunch of credit scores out there. Vantage, some of the credit bureaus directly are creating a credit score now. FICO's the only one that matters, FICO. And that ranges from 300 on the low end up to 850. But a poor credit score is anywhere at 620 and below, down to 300. And just like the SATs, with your credit score, you do get points simply for having a pulse. Now, the biggest culprit of a less than perfect credit score are those dings on your credit report. We'll discuss more details here coming up, but it's those late payments, those charge-offs, repossessions, foreclosures, debt collections, etc. And as Forrest Gump so wisely shared with us, all of us in the past, shit happens. Life is messy. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now, when it comes to fixing your credit, we're going to have to take a multi-pronged approach, because what we need to do is we need to show current and future responsibility, and we also need to build credit. But we also, at the same time, we need to remove any of those inaccurate, those dings, those blemishes from your credit report, including the errors. According to a 2013 study done by the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, over 20% of America has errors on their credit report. Of this, roughly 10% of Americans have an error that is serious enough to be causing them substantial credit score damage, and this is an error, a mistake. Your credit report is not accurate. It is nothing more than what a private for-profit business went around and just collected about you. There are errors on so many credit reports. Many people believe the FTC study wasn't even a truly accurate, real representation picture of it. Now, if you'd like to know some more, we've got a free report available at our website, these 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. And of course, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. And to sum this all up, the credit bureaus are not your friend. They've been fined over and over and over and over again by the Federal Trade Commission for violating consumer rights. And this third factor, we're going to be talking about building credit. How can you do this most effectively beyond the obvious of just paying your current monthly bills on time? And really specifically, we're looking at your amounts owed section. When your credit score gets calculated, this is worth roughly 30% of your credit score, and it's the second most important item right after your payment history, which is all that information that's contained on your credit reports. Now, the amounts owed is looking at all your debt, and it's comparing that to your available unused credit. Having some debt, such as a mortgage, student loans, etc., that's not bad. The big takeaway is on your revolving credit accounts. For example, with a credit card, you want to try and keep a monthly balance at roughly 30% of your limit. So if you have a $1,000 credit card, you want to keep a monthly balance at around $300. This is going to show, one, that you use your credit, but the big takeaway, and this hits your utilization ratio, but it gives you $700 of available unused credit. Now, if you go in and apply for financing and you have $700 of available unused credit, quite naturally, quite obviously, you are going to be assumed to be a better credit risk than the fella whose credit card is maxed out and he has a total of $6 available on his credit card. Do you follow that? It does make some logic and it does make some sense, but the big thing is to get those blemishes off of your credit report. And coming up next, we're going to be talking about dealing with debt collections, because please avoid the deadly mistake of what most people do and just pay off old debts. That actually doesn't rarely helps your credit score. Very often it hurts it. We'll talk more details here coming up. But if you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Again, that's for a free credit consultation, and the toll-free phone number is 1-877-418-7596. This is Dan Willis. We're going to include a link in the description below over to an article on our website for the full story. We also have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. Please subscribe and join our congregation. Have a wonderful day, and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.